Picture this: Miami Swim Week, the most cutthroat runway in fashion, where models are typically picked apart like ancient Greek statues under a microscope. Then out walks Erifili Sfakianaki, opening the show for Love Chell Swim, owning that runway like Aphrodite herself, just descended from Mount Olympus. But here's the plot twist that sent shockwaves through the industry. Her body is 100% natural, and she's proud as hell about it. While other influencers are getting nipped, tucked, and filtered into oblivion, Erifili's out here building an empire on authenticity. From a girl struggling with body image in Boston to becoming the curvy Greek goddess that's rewriting beauty standards, her transformation isn't what you think it is. This isn't your typical, lost 50 pounds and found happiness story. This is about a woman who looked at an entire industry and said, actually, no thanks. I'll do this my way. But here's what nobody tells you about becoming a curvy goddess in 2024. It's not just about loving your body. It's about weaponizing that confidence to demolish every beauty standard that never made sense in the first place. Let's rewind to where this goddess energy actually started brewing. Erifili wasn't born into some Hollywood fairy tale. She was raised in Boston by Greek parents who immigrated to America in the 80s. And if you know anything about Greek culture, you know they don't mess around when it comes to celebrating the human form. We're talking about the civilization that literally invented the concept of physical perfection through art. But here's where it gets interesting. While American culture was busy telling young girls to shrink themselves into size 0 fantasies, Erifili was growing up closely to her Greek origins, which basically means she was raised by women who understood that curves aren't flaws, they're features. Her family's genetics became her secret weapon, what she calls her beautiful women lineage. Think about it. Greek goddesses weren't stick figures. Aphrodite had hips. Hera had presence. These were women who commanded respect through their fullness, not their emptiness. But growing up in America meant Erifili was caught between two worlds: the Mediterranean appreciation for womanly figures, and the American obsession with disappearing acts. The cultural clash was real, but it was also her biggest advantage. While other girls were trying to fit into molds that were never meant for them, Erifili was sitting on a goldmine of generational body wisdom. But Erifili's real transformation didn't start in the gym, or with some crash diet. It started with a revelation that would change everything. Here's the truth bomb: even goddesses have their moments of doubt. Erifili's journey wasn't some smooth sailing story, where she woke up one day loving herself. She struggled with body image issues growing up, feeling the pressure to conform to what she calls traditional fitness industry standards, that tired narrative where everyone's supposed to look like they survive on celery sticks and spite. But instead of shrinking herself to fit someone else's definition of perfect, Erifili decided to flip the entire script. She became a certified personal trainer, but not for the reasons you'd expect. This wasn't about transforming her body into something acceptable. This was about understanding her body well enough to celebrate it properly. The fitness industry tried to tell her that success meant looking a certain way, but Erifili was out here playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. She realized that fitness is not just about looking good, it's about feeling good too. Revolutionary concept, right? Apparently, we needed someone to remind us that the point of having a body is to actually enjoy living in it. Her 100% natural body philosophy isn't just some marketing slogan. It's a middle finger to an industry built on making women feel incomplete. While influencers were getting procedures and pretending their transformations came from drinking green tea, Erifili was building a brand on the radical idea that some bodies are already exactly what they're supposed to be. She started sharing workouts designed for people of all body types and fitness levels, which sounds simple until you realize how rare that actually is. Most fitness content is made by people who've never experienced what it's like to not fit the mold. Then came the social media explosion that changed everything, and let me tell you, She played this game like a master strategist. Buckle up, because this is where Erifili's story goes from inspiring to absolutely genius. In less than a year, yes, you heard that right, less than a year, she went from 0 to over 115,000 Instagram followers. But here's the kicker. She did it by being aggressively authentic in a world obsessed with perfection. While other influencers were posting their highlight reels, Erifili was serving up reality checks. She shares the unfiltered, candid moments from her life, including the ups and downs of her fitness journey. She shows rest days. She shows indulgences. She shows what it actually looks like to maintain a healthy lifestyle without losing your mind or your personality. Her TikTok strategy. Pure brilliance. She's using her platform to challenge the traditional standards of beauty in the fitness industry by simply existing as herself. No dramatic before and after photos, no promises of overnight transformations. Just a woman living her life and proving that confidence is the best accessory you can wear. The brands took notice fast. Fashion Nova Curve and Moda Minx Swimwear came calling, but here's what's different about Erifili's partnerships. She's not selling products, she's selling a philosophy. When she promotes swimwear, she's not promising it'll make you look like her. She's promising it'll help you feel like yourself. Her message of fitness is about feeling good, not just looking good. Created a community of women who were tired of being told their bodies were projects to be fixed. She turned her comment section into a support group where followers share their struggles and victories, and she responds with actual encouragement, not generic motivational quotes. But the real test of her influence came when she stepped off social media and onto one of fashion's biggest stages. Miami Swim Week 2024. If you know fashion, you know this wasn't just any runway. This is where careers are made or broken, where the industry decides what's beautiful and what's not. And they chose Erifili Sfakianaki to open the show for Love Shall Swim. Let that sink in. Opening a show means you set the tone for everything that follows. You're not just modeling clothes. You're making a statement about what the brand represents. And Erifili. She walked that runway like she owned it, wearing a shaping black one-piece with pink and white accents that celebrated every curve. But here's what makes this moment legendary. She wasn't trying to fit into the fashion world standards. She was forcing the fashion world to expand its standards to include her. The designer behind Love Shall Swim specifically creates pieces that celebrate and accentuate the beauty of curvier body shapes, and having Erifili open was sending a clear message. This is what confidence looks like. The impact was immediate. Fashion blogger Maya Luciano said watching Erifili and other curvy models gave her more hope and motivation that I can be up on that runway as well. That's the ripple effect of representation. When you see someone who looks like you succeeding, it doesn't just inspire you, it gives you permission to dream bigger. Erifili also walked for Meghan May Miami during the same week, proving this wasn't a one-off moment, but a legitimate shift in how the industry sees curvy models. She went from social media influencer to runway regular in record time. So what can we learn from Erifili's transformation? Because spoiler alert, the real transformation was never about her body. Here's where Erifili drops the wisdom that separates her from every other body positivity influencer cluttering your feed. She says, our bodies create life. Our bodies are not meant to be perfect. Our bodies are a work of art. But more importantly, she's living by the principle of being the role model my younger self needed. This isn't just feel-good Instagram quote material. This is a business strategy disguised as self-love. By positioning herself as the representation she wished she'd had growing up, Erifili created a brand that fills a genuine need in the market. She's not just selling body positivity, she's selling the specific type of body positivity that comes from Greek goddess energy mixed with American hustle. Her approach to handling criticism, pure genius. Instead of getting defensive, She uses negativity as fuel to help other women who are facing the same judgments. When someone tries to tear her down for not fitting conventional beauty standards, she turns it into content that helps her followers deal with their own critics. The ripple effect is undeniable. Other models credit her with giving them confidence to pursue their own careers. Aspiring influencers study her content strategy. Young women screenshot her posts as daily affirmations. She's not just changing minds, she's changing the entire conversation around what it means to be beautiful and successful. But the most powerful part of Erifili's transformation story isn't what she gained, it's what she refused to lose. Her Greek heritage, her natural body, her authentic personality. She proved that success doesn't require you to sacrifice the things that make you unique. And here's what she's doing next that will blow your mind and probably revolutionize how we think about influence in the digital age. Look, Erifili's story isn't just about one woman's journey from body insecurity to runway confidence. It's a masterclass in authenticity as a business strategy and self-love as a revolutionary act. She took everything the industry told her was wrong about her body and turned it into her biggest strength. But here's the real question. What would happen if you stopped trying to transform yourself into someone else's idea of perfect and started celebrating the goddess energy you already have? What if your so-called flaws are actually your superpowers waiting to be unleashed? Erifili proved that you don't need to shrink yourself to make room for success. Sometimes you need to take up more space to show the world what they've been missing. She's redefining what it means to be a model, an influencer, and a woman who refuses to apologize for taking up space. If this story inspired you to embrace your own transformation, not the kind that changes who you are, but the kind that reveals who you've always been, then you need to subscribe, because we're just getting started. We've got more stories of women who said, no thanks, to society's beauty standards and built empires on their own terms. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment telling me which part of Erifili's story resonated with you most, and remember, you're not trying to become someone else. You're trying to become the most unapologetic version of yourself. Because darling, the world needs more Greek goddesses and fewer apologies.